So a few years ago, I was driving to work and I saw a sign for a garage sale. So I went to the garage sale, looked around, and I see this uh, hand-drawn, appears hand-drawn print of JFK in a nice frame. And I asked the lady, first I looked at it and I realized it was done by hand. And I asked the lady running the garage sale, I said, who did this? It's excellent. She said, my husband did. I said, oh, wow, is he an artist? She said, no, he was a plumber. So I guess he passed away. And she said he had the ability just to look at something and draw it. So in any case, I asked her what she wanted for it, and she told me $20, literally $20. So the $20 was out of my pocket as quick as I can get it out, and I've had it ever since. And I've had a lot of comments and a lot of people offering to buy this. But my point with this is that this guy, Democrat of a former era, is probably rolling around in his grave right now for what's going on in this country and what we might be heading to shortly. So I wanted to talk to you about that for a few minutes here, and I'll be right back. So I come from a family that were mostly Democrats most of my life, and I keep hearing this from other people that were Democrats and how the party has changed over the years. And, it's completely different now. I don't want to get into too much into politics because that's not really what this channel is about. But, I'm sure a lot of you watching this understand exactly where I'm coming from and what I'm talking about. I'd like to talk more about current state of affairs and how it's affecting the metal markets, the metals. Right now, as I'm making this video, gold's at $23.74 and silver's at $28.46 an ounce. Silver's up 31 cents and gold's down $8. I'll put that on the screen. I'm going to save that for you. And silver and gold the last few days have been kind of stuck in a tight range. It does seem to be doing some really wacky things. It'll run up, silver will run up, gold will run up, and then they'll just shoot it right back down. And that's been bouncing in between this range kind of for the last few days, and it seems pretty volatile. A lot more volatile than I've seen it in a long time. And that's probably due to many factors. One of the big ones is still, in my mind, this Iran and Israel stuff. As you know, if you paid attention, Iran launched a combination of 300 drones and missiles at Israel in retaliation for what Israel did, taking out some of these Iranian generals in Syria. And there's some discussion on whether or not Israel is going to retaliate. And in my opinion, and if I know how they think, I'm pretty certain Israel is going to retaliate. And then, of course, Iran says if they do anything, if the Israelis do anything, they're going to retaliate back. So that would lead to a large regional war where I believe at some point the United States, is going to get drawn into it. They're trying to stay out of it, other than defensive purposes for the Israelis. But I believe that at some point, we're going to have a major conflict over there. And I believe the United States is getting drawn in. I had a conversation with a customer a little while ago. He's actually a European-born guy. I think it's from Serbia or whatever. And he says, hey, man, we're already in World War III. We just haven't seen the fireworks yet. And I'm starting to think that's true. Of course, everybody has their opinions on this, on which way this is going to go. But I have a bad feeling about this. And, this is not a doomsday prepper channel, but, this is, to me, what I'm seeing is not so good things on the horizon. Of course, this stuff should help the price of gold and silver. It usually does. We'll have to see. I don't think the markets in general are taking this stuff very seriously. The stock market has been drunk on enthusiasm for a long time. For what reason? I don't know. And I am shocked that the average consumer out on the street right now, us consumers, aren't all broke yet, because the prices of everything just keeps rising. And they could say there's rate of inflation is only at 3% or 3.5% or whatever they're saying it is, and I still think that's a bunch of baloney. I think just the markets in general are just being propped up. They're just trying to keep it afloat. But it also makes me worried. We get back to the U.S. dollar. It makes me worried with all these conflicts going on, especially with the Middle East, because I do believe that they'll do anything to protect the dollar on the world stage. And if that means, World War III or going to a major conflict, I think they would probably do it. I hope I'm wrong, but it sure seems like they'll do anything to protect the dollar. And if you just watch the price of gold and silver the last couple of days, they do not want silver and gold to run, especially silver, it seems like. Although silver is probably is being controlled by these big banks and things like that. And I've said this in other videos. I don't think, like with gold, I don't think they can control it the same way because of the amount of money, and all the central banks around the world are buying it. But silver is easily manipulatable by these big banks. And just like the other day when it hit almost 30 and then immediately shot right straight down. To me, that's more than just a bunch of big traders dumping positions. I think that takes a lot of money, a lot of paper money to drop it so rapidly and so hard like that. But we'll see what happens. There was an interesting thing I saw. I'm going to put it on the screen. This came from an X account on X, Unusual Whales, and they track a lot of things for options traders. And they also track all these politicians. But this was from their news feed. It said the IMF has warned the U.S. that its massive fiscal deficits have stoked inflation and pose significant risks for the global economy. Well, duh. I mean, all you guys watching this channel already know that's going on. And I'm afraid, with the amount of money printing going on, and with all these conflicts, they're liable to just, collapse everything. Anything to save the dollar, in my opinion. And of course, I want the United States to thrive. I mean, born and raised here. My family's all from here, going back many generations. I want this country to survive and thrive. But I think the politicians and whoever's in charge, whoever's in power, they don't really care, because they're already powerful and they already have a lot of money, whereas us middle class or the poor, we don't have those kind of resources. So when we see these large price increases in everything, it affects us, harshly. And like I said, I'm still not sure where people are getting money from, but I have a feeling that the market's about to turn. The stock market in general, I think that's about to turn directions and start going the other way. And I think reality is going to hit the consumer with all this debt. And I think we're in for not a soft landing like they've been calling for. So we'll just have to, see what happens. Of course, guys, I have to tell you, I'm not a financial consultant. I'm not an expert. This is my opinion. You guys, you have your opinions. I have my opinions. And if you would, please leave some comments below. Tell me what you think. You think I'm on the right track? But I think we're in a very, very dangerous spot right now. This may be the most dangerous spot I could ever remember in my lifetime. And any of you older guys that have seen stuff like this come and go, what do you think? Because I keep hearing from the next generation older than me, they keep saying the same things that I'm saying, that they've never seen anything like this. So I would say one thing, get right with your maker, guys, because I have a feeling something big is coming, and we'll have to see what happens, but I don't like what I'm seeing. So if you would, do me a favor, please like and subscribe. And if you have any comments, please feel free to leave them below. Thank you and have a great day.